It's Dominic from FullTimePressure.com. Welcome to the Marketing for Millions Masterclass Special Edition. I've taken the best cuts, important cuts from the first 3 Marketing for Millions Masterclass and incorporated them into almost an hour of footage that's going to help you take your business to the next level. Use it wisely and get to it. Don't worry about if you're doing it perfectly. Start implementing. Get things done so you can come back and fix it later or hire people once you're making money. Just get to it. It's important that you understand the bottom is about to fall out of this thing. And if you're equipped, you're going to be able to catch a lot of coins. I wish you success in your side hustling and entrepreneur ventures. Peace.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna wanna dress it up like, you know what I'm saying? So this is all this shit getting documented. Like, all right, look, I got bro on my pet. So I can hire them, like, you know what I'm saying? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Because people think that the goal of business is to have the most money at the end of the month, and that's not the goal. The goal is to pay the least taxes. The goal is to pay the least taxes.
Whoa.
You pay the least taxes by having the less income, which means you're going to make money, you're going to pay yourself, but you're going to buy a lot of inventory and you're going to buy a lot of technology. You're going to buy property. You're going to buy things with the profits from your business. So you can't get taxed on them. If you make $60,000 in a month and you go buy 4 raggedy trailers, them are now a business expense. You leverage the trailers to go get a loan, fix the trailers up and rent them out, and now those are business assets.
That's what I was just gonna
You know, your business needs to focus on acquisitions. When acquisitions are the best way to protect you from the tax man. And property, whether it's vacant lots or anything, is the easiest way to put your money away.
Say that one more time.
You know, if you're buying property, you know, whether it's vacant lots or raggedy mobile homes or whole houses, that's putting your money away to grow. You're buying assets for your business. And as long as your business has assets, you have something you can go to the bank with and say, well, I got these 7 properties. 4 of them are lots. 3 of them are mobile homes and the trailer park. These mobile homes had a potential of bringing in $1,400 a month. It's 3 of them. So off of these, I'm making, you know, $4,200 a month. 12 months is how the bank gonna look at it. 42 times 12. That's 40. That's about 60 racks a year for them 3 trailers. They'll give you a loan for 60 racks. They give you a loan for more than 60 racks because that's just based off the rental income, not the property value itself. You picking up what I'm putting down? And now when you leverage that collateral that your business bought, instead of paying that money to Uncle Sam in taxes, now you got 3 properties you can rent out, 3 properties that will always be a business expense. Because as a landlord, you know, you got to pay property taxes, you got to pay upkeep and all this stuff. So it's a business expense. That means it's a tax write-off. You picking up what I'm putting down?
See, you getting game real fast. I can't catch. I mean,
Well, ask questions.
I'm trying to put it down. Oh shit.
Hey, big bro. So basically, I got 4 lots. Each of them bring in what you said, 1,400. Whatever. They basically see what I'll make from that, and then they'll see like they'll do it off 12 months, and then I can take out a loan for that. Plus, I got the income still coming in for
a non-taxable loan.
So basically, business
a loan is a debt, not income.
I'm like, wait, what? All right, so the loan is debt, not income. What the?
Yeah, a debt is a loan. You know, a loan is debt. That's not income. But because it's collateral to expand your business, it's good debt. Just buying a bunch of stuff on credit cards because you got them is bad debt. Good debt is debt that you can leverage to gain more capital.
Say that one more time, D.
Good debt is debt that you can leverage to gain more capital.
Good debt is debt.
Get more money.
That just blew my man. What?
It's winning season around here.
So leverage to do what? That's all my fault, dude.
Leverage to get more money, gain more capital.
So if you don't have like no land or anything like that, and you was trying to get a brick and mortar because you got access to wholesalers, now how would you go about trying to get a brick and mortar, get loan or funding to get a brick and mortar if you didn't have anything as collateral at the moment?
Do you have a down payment?
All right. A down payment for that loan?
No, yeah, to secure the property. Is this your first property purchase? If this your first property purchase, you got options. You know, you can always go to the small business association, Black Chamber of Commerce, local Chamber of Commerce, and get loan action, man. Loans and grants. You need information about grants, holler at Curtis.
All right.
Yeah, make sure your affairs are in order. There's plenty of money, and I gotta look and see something. But if everything is okay for me to share the information, I'm gonna give y'all a list of hard money lenders. You know what a hard money lender is, right?
I don't.
They give you the funding. They give you the funding for property purchases and things like that. They're private lenders. The interest rate is kind of high.
Oh, you said hard money lenders?
Yeah, hard money lenders.
Oh yeah, you put me down. Okay.
Yep, and they'll give you the funding, but the interest rate gonna be high, and your time for payment gonna be short. Time for paying it back gonna be short.
So what? They launch off?
If you can't pay it back, they get to keep whatever property you had or whatever and use that money to get. So they're not worried about you not paying it back because they're only gonna give you the money. They're only gonna fund you on something that's worth more than the money that they're giving you. You dig what I'm saying?
So do they got like a approval process and shit too?
Not like the banks. They got long money. And if you're talking money and it makes sense for them to make the deal, they're gonna cash you out.
I just gotta have my shit together.
Yeah, like the brother is looking for a brick and mortar. If he has all the inventory, you know, all his customers and stuff lined up, and he goes to a hard money lender and say, I need to get this building for, you know, $80,000, and it needs $20,000 in repairs to get it functional, but I got all the inventory. They'd say, okay, we'll give you $120,000 loan. You got 6 months to pay it back, or you forfeit the property.
Right time.
And is there something like is there like lists in like each state of these people, or how that work?
It's all over the country. And then there's lists for specific states. It's people that just deal with real estate, and there's people that deal with, venture capitalists. Venture capitalists are wealthy people who fund startups. Marseille can start, because she's doing the thing for women traveling solo. She should be looking for, philanthropic and crowdfunding from people that are, women that are traveling by themselves, that are wealthy and affluential, to fund her cause. Those are people that would crowdfund her cause and give her, the funding she needs to build her business. Everybody good on this part so far?
Yeah.
So again, when we move into drop shipping, you don't pay for no inventory. You don't hold no inventory. The same thing with Nordstrom. And several companies got this. I'm gonna hook you guys up with a list after this. Hook you up with a big list right after we get out of class. But yeah, you're not holding no products or inventories. You can, set up a website and pay a virtual assistant a couple $100 a month to manage that whole thing. Order come in, you get the money, they process the order. They process the order, you send the money to pay, Nordstrom or whoever, and they ship the product out with your company's name and logo and everything on the package.
So we have a website for that?
You can have a website if you're gonna have several products, or you can use something like LinkTube or Linktree and just put the they click the link in your bio, and then there's several options for them to buy different stuff. You can make it as easy or as difficult as you want. I believe in making it easy for people to give me their money. Talking business. We ain't talking about spiritual. We talking business. You want merch. You want to sell merch. On your list, you're going to get the name of a company that allows you to make whatever kind of merch you want. You go on Fiverr or wherever, get you a logo design. Then you go to this company, Printify, and mock up different things. Shirts, pillows, coffee mugs, whatever you want. If you're making, you got your alkaline water, you want to have your bottles and stuff. You want to have your merch, your shirts, your little carrying bags. And I wanted to tell you too, D, you said you got the glass bottles. You might want to create a program for like an extra $10 where people have you come pick up their bottles. They paying you not to buy more bottles. See what I'm saying?
I like that.
What was that like? What was that website again for the merch?
Printify, but I got it on the list. I'm about to power y'all up with. I got a whole bunch of stuff for y'all. Whole lot.
Okay, cool.
Now, what we did talk about doing was like for people like not like the glass bottles for 16-ounce individuals, but for people who had jugs, like coming by and picking up their jugs and refilling their jugs, dropping them back off. Like we talk about something like that.
Yeah.
For some people that's local around. But yeah, I like what for people who ain't gonna keep the little 16-ounce glass bottles. Yeah, I'll come by, you know, for a little ticket and pick them up for bottle. Got you.
Yeah. And you dropping them off anyway. Most of them, you dropping them another water off. You were gonna take the bottles anyway.
Period.
You were gonna take them anyway if they made them available. Why not ask them to give you $10 to take their trash out, and then bring it right back to them next week with their water fill up, sterilized, of course. But these are creating that convenience for them. They're willing to pay that extra money. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They're willing to pay that because you've added value to your service.
Yeah, that's dope.
Everybody picking up what I'm putting down so far? Everybody picking up what I'm putting down? You still in here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. On your list that you got, you should have got. This is you getting to understand your product. I understand it's your product. You created it. You think it's great. You know what it does. You know what it did for you. But you have to be able to take yourself out of your own mind and into the mind of your customer, the buyer. Because they don't care about you. They don't care how great you think your product is. That startles a lot of people, hurts a lot of people's ego at first, but that's a fact. They're not there for you or your slogan or your logo or nothing. They're there to have their problem solved or a need met. So the better you can identify their need in your product or service, the better you can explain to your customer what their problem is. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Yes, brother.
The clearer you can articulate your customer's problem or dilemma, issue, however you want to identify it, the clearer you can explain it to them, the more they accept you as somebody who can solve their problem. Do you follow me on that? So who is your ideal customer? If it's, if you're providing services in, the whole country, who are the people in the whole country that you're targeting? Are they Black? Are they white? Do they have a college education? Are they married? Are they divorced? Are they tall? Are they short? Because all of this is going to play into the psychology of the buyer. The demographics help you understand their life experience, their current life state, potential problems they may be having, potential things that will be pulling their attention from your product and service in other directions. We live in an information era. We live in an information era. Every day you consume more information than people in the 15th century did in a lifetime. Every day. This isn't to throw you off or say, wow, I got a big problem. It's to let you know how important it is to be able to speak to your customer, the people who you want. In the book, I use an analogy of a plumber. This plumber, he writes his ebook, and his ebook, I believe his ebook in the book is titled 10 Things Every Homeowner Needs to Know That Commercial Plumbing Companies Want Kept a Secret. So he's informing the audience. This is something that you need to know that they don't want you to know. He's targeting who he wants to do business with, homeowners. He's not concerned about the people who are renting he wants to do business with people who own homes, because somebody who owns a home is going to have a need for a plumber more than a renter. They're going to be more concerned if their pipes keep backing up than the renter. They're going to want to try to kill that expense. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Yes, brother.
So the plumber who's keen on marketing, he understands the plumbing issues that homeowners will have. So in his ebook, he informs not only of the problems, he gives them simple solutions. You'll see in the ebook, he goes and he tells them a story about a family. The guy was one person was upstairs sleeping and the other one was taking the laundry down the stairs. They got to the bottom stair and slipped and dropped the laundry. The basement was flooded. He describes in depth, the water coming up to the floor, how wet they were in their clothes and stuff like that. And the guy waking up and running downstairs, his partner being mad, the plumber coming, dragging all this big equipment down through his house that was filthy into the basement, and then opens up a pack of crystals, pours it down the drain, and the water goes down, and he bills them an outrageous amount. Now, this plumber, he's emotionally connected to the people in the book. He understands that people's attention span is going to be pulled this way and that way all day. So he paints a picture for them that they can see, feel, and understand what's going on. He can mentally anchor them into a situation that they could relate to as a homeowner, and as somebody who is reading material from a plumber. It grabs them and it connects to them emotionally. They can see it happening to themselves or their significant other or somebody in their family. Then he starts giving them solutions. He's providing service. He's providing service not because, he's trying to kill his business. He's providing service and information. This is called information marketing. He's providing information to the customer to help them maintain their house so he doesn't have to work as hard, because this plumber is setting the stage for a long-term program for them. He's staging them. Does everybody follow where I'm going? How he's taking them along the ride? And then it's not a bad thing. He's focused on a long-term customer. A long-term customer, you nurture that customer. It becomes a client. A client is somebody who you're their trusted advisor. They expect you to take care of their needs. So instead of him focusing on getting a one-time client to unclog the drain, he's going to set up an annual program where they pay $99 a month. He comes and inspects their pipes 4 times a year, flushes their drains, and does the maintenance, preventive care. Now, of course, if they don't do this over an extended period of time, they'll be calling him out for that one drain time. But if he has them on a 5-year package at $99 a month and they prepay that, that's $5,000 up front. He's doing the maintenance, so he knows he'll never have to come unclog their drain unless it's a real emergency. And he has them in a continuity program now that creates passive income for him. Does everybody follow that?
Yes, sir.
Marketing isn't just about getting the sale right now. You want to create a customer experience where it extends the life of the relationship between the customer, the client, and your business. Hey, so what's the benefit? A lot of people's advertising doesn't hit because they fail to identify the benefit to the customer. and they don't translate that benefit into a meaning. Sea moss friends has sea moss and 27 other vitamins and minerals, which means you'll be energized all day. You won't be slumped at your desk. You'll be energized all day, fully focused. And catching those tiny points that you usually miss out on, that makes you lose your commission. Which means you told him about the sea moss and the minerals. That's the feature. The benefit is he's going to be sharper and on point at work, catching the minor details that he's missed that caused him to lose deals in the past. What does that benefit mean to him? This means you'll have the money that you've been, desiring to go on that trip or lease that new whip and live happily ever after. Give meaning to the benefit. University of Alabama, over the next 18 months, 20% of businesses will fail. Of those 20%, 80% of those people that will fail will be Black business owners. This isn't because we don't have great products or great services or do our jobs well. It's because we don't know how to market. We don't market to the right people. We'll post on Facebook or Instagram or run an ad, but it isn't detailed. We don't properly understand the value of breaking down your target market, your target audience. And we're going to go through that today. And marketing is called creating an avatar. So if you would, write down in your notepads, who is your ideal customer? Who is the person who your products or services are for? Are they for, a specific, ethnic background? Are they for a certain type of disability or ability? Are they targeting people who want to lose weight? Are you targeting people who want to be healthy? Are you targeting people who want to learn math? You have to know who your target audience is. Are you working in a specific area? Who are you talking to? Because if you want your marketing to hit the nail on the head, your target, you have to know exactly who you're talking to. You have to be able to identify their problem. So you have to understand your product, what it does, or your service. What does it do? What problem does it solve? And for each product or service that you have, you need to write out a list of 10 things, 10 ways it solves people's problems. The time on the front end. Commit to creating great free products, great free information products, because this is what's going to bring people into what they call a sales funnel. Buyer psychology proves that a person who makes one purchase is more inclined to make a second purchase to justify their first. So, you know how I just told the story, right?
Right.
Would it be difficult for you to take a user's experience, a testimonial, and tell a story based on that testimonial, emphasizing their pain? Because marketing works on pain points, whether it's a physical ailment, perceived ailment, or the discomfort and pain that comes from not being able to achieve or have something that you want to have.
Mm.
If you pay attention to marketing in the modern world, for the past 70 years, they've been bombarding society with a comparison phenomenon that pushes consumerism. it pushes a consumer economy and feeds the need to have more in hopes of getting the immediate result. I'm explaining this to you because you need to understand the result that your target client wants. What is the result they're seeking? You understand your avatar, your ideal customer. You call them Bob or Jim or whoever you want to call them, but you need to get down on that. What's their problem? What's their problem that your product or service solves? Your CMOS, right? So when you add a story to it, it helps block out all the distractions that you're fighting against. You're competing against Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Google, YouTube, Amazon. This doesn't mean that you're not going to be able to make any money or survive. It means you need to be able to talk to the people who are going to buy your stuff every time. You need to be able to speak to the people who need your product and focus on providing a service to them. People think they're in the CMOS business or the spiritual business or the education business or the fitness business. You are in the people business. And if you can't provide services to people that solve their problem, distract them from their problem, or give them something that they really, really love, they're not going to trade you their money. People pay for what's worth more than the money, not for what's worth the money. It's no meaning to trade if it's just as good as the money. I might as well keep the money, their money. Does that make sense? Now that you have your target market and you understand your customer and how you need to deliver a message to them, you've created a mind map. And that's basically where you take a circle and extend lines out. Identify your customer. This gives you a easy visual to understand your customer and what's their pain points. I would advise you to take all of those problems that they have and go deeper into the problem. How's that problem affecting? What are the things that can arise in their mind or their life from this problem? What are the fears that this problem triggers? The anxieties. When you're messaging them, and fear doesn't always have to be a bad thing, when you understand it. The more you understand the fear associated with their problem, the better you can identify their problem and solve their problem for them, explain their problem to them in a way that isn't so scary, which encourages them to want to purchase the product or service that you have because they have somebody that understands the problem and can help walk them through it. Does that make sense? Because logically, as humans, we've been conditioned to understand that the better someone understands a problem, the more capable they are of solving it. The more clearly you identify the problem to your potential client, the more they perceive you as capable of solving their problem. People who can identify problems usually have the answer to the problem. That's where you find your money. There's a saying in marketing called the riches are in the niches. The more you can tailor your product, your core product, to a specific group of people in that messaging, the more money you'll make from that group. Your product can serve thousands of people, accommodates everybody who wants a vehicle. Whether you want a pickup truck, a minivan, a Fiesta, a Jaguar, or a Land Rover. Ford owns all that. From the most simple, basic, fuel efficient car to luxurious. The rebranding of the Jeep that just happened recently. Remember, we had the Jeep Cherokee, the Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now they have the Wagoneer. People will pay $120,000 for a Wagoneer, but they won't pay $120,000 for a Cherokee. But it's the same company, the same four-wheel drive vehicle with different features targeted towards a different market. But it's the same base product, a vehicle. So product creation is at the core of your success. 4 types of people in this world. Put them on the stair level. The lowest level is the implementation level. The people that are trading their time and money. And I learned this from a brother named Myron Gold. Myron Gold, 4 levels of society. The lowest level is called the implementation level. These are the people trading their time for money, time and muscle for money. Whether it's the maid at the hotel, the factory worker at Ford, these people are never going to make, on average, over $60,000 a year take home. The more overtime you put in, the more they're going to tax you. $60,000 tops, unless they're like a mechanic for Rolls Royce or Maybach or something like that, then they might make $200,000 a year. That's an exceptional case. But the people who are trading their time and effort for money, they're never going to get above this place because you can only do so much. The second level is the management level. They get paid to tell the people who do the hard work what to do. The organizational level. They organize everybody who has to do the thing that, makes the big business function. These people, unless you're like a Amazon warehouse manager, you're not going to make it. And I'm talking about the manager for the whole state. You're not going to make it over $250,000. You're not. You might get some bonuses, make some investments, live a little bit better, be able to borrow more money and look like you got it. But you're never going to get above that management level. From above the management level is the communicator level. The communicator tells the manager to tell the workers what to do. Communicator level isn't just the person who tells the manager what to do. The communication level is the talking heads all over the world. The people who indoctrinate. The people who tell society what to pursue, what's right and good, what's bad. The talking heads, the communicators, the Oprahs, the Dan Rathers, TV reporters, news anchors, copywriters, comic book creators, screenwriters, songwriters. These are creators. Now, a creator has the potential to make hundreds of millions of dollars. The communicator, just by sharing their ideas. Stephen King, author, a writer, communicator, multimillionaire. Oprah, communicator, billionaire. Jay-Z, communicator, billionaire. Billionaire off of their thoughts and ideas, how they communicate and convey their message, what they indoctrinate other people to believe about themselves, their products, their services, or their philosophy. They're communicating, and they're making a whole lot of money doing it. But the people at the top of the food chain, the Steve Jobs, the Elon Musk, the Benjamin Banneker's, the creators are the ones who make the most money. The creators, even if you go back to the times in the United States where Black people were enslaved, it was the creators that were able to purchase their freedom. The iron worker whose craftsmanship was so good that, you know, the oppressor would give them a tip, and these tips would add up and they would buy their freedom because of their creativity. When you're creative, you don't know how to do, you don't have to know how to do a specific thing. Get out of your head thinking you got a lot of complex things to do. Talk about what you know. Don't underestimate the value of what you know. Even if you're talking about 10 ways hustlers can transition out of the dope game. You understand?
Yes.
You're knowledgeable on this. It's valuable insight to somebody. All of your life experience is like schooling to other people, because everything that you've been through, somebody else has been through. Some people are going through it right now. Some people can't feel like they can't make it through it. So your insight with your experience is valuable to them. Stop underestimating your value. Do you understand what I'm saying? Does this make sense to everybody? I don't care if you're talking about, you know, 5 ways you can win on Madden every time without cheating. If you have some knowledge and skill sets that people value, you need to turn that into profit for yourself. And you start that by finding your target audience. Yard work, you know, people who can't cut their grass, they don't want to cut the grass, they don't want to deal with the heat. These are problems that they have. They don't want to go buy a new lawnmower. They don't want to maintain the lawnmower. They don't know how to weed whack in a straight line. So if you had a lawn care service, these are the things that would be emphasized. And what are some of the things that your competitors aren't doing? What are your competitors' price points? And this isn't because you want to go to the fastest race to the bottom, because we ain't dropping our prices. We're going to increase them. We're going to increase them. And that's what all y'all going to do off the bat. Whatever you selling, you double the price. Whatever type of services you selling, double the price. You know, double your price, especially if you're great at what you do. Don't hesitate to double your price, especially if you're trying to make money. Like if you're trying to make money, you can't be marketing to people that don't have it. You can have a great product, a great pitch, a great offer, but if the people that you're marketing to don't have the wherewithal, the ability to pay for it, it's useless. This is why understanding your ideal customer is important, absolutely important, and should be at the paramount of your business activities. Before you think about a website, any of that, knowing who you are doing business with needs to be your priority. Are we clear on that?
Yes.
So write down who, separate lines, who, skip a line, what, skip a line, how, skip a line, when, skip a line, then where. All of these resources for wholesale, don't just think about online because it's a lot of competition online. How many people in your area like designer clothes and designer fashion? How many of your people in your community like the stuff on Amazon? They just buy it because they know Amazon's gonna bring it to them right away.
Facts.
But if they could go to the store in the neighborhood and get it, they wouldn't wait for Amazon. The problem is the transportation. The transportation in the Black community, getting to the stores that have the things we need at the price point we need them is the problem. And that's a problem because we aren't going directly to the manufacturers because we're not knowledgeable of it. We just knowledgeable that it's a need in our community and we want to fill the need. We want to start the business. But when you're dealing with middlemen buying stuff here in America and Sam's Club and all this stuff, instead of going to M&M Mars, you're never going to be able to price your products in a way that allows you to thrive as a business owner. So you're just an employee on a different level. You're a worker for Sam's Club or for, Costco. Because you don't have the information that allows you to go get a direct contract with M&M Mars. You don't even know who to contact about it. Because they don't make this type of information readily available. Today, you're going to have that information.
Hey, I got one more question, D.
Let's roll.
Okay, so like, say for instance, if I got, you know what I'm saying, like some of that product on hand, like how you were saying, you know what I'm saying, you can then open up your own brick and mortar in your hood or then whatever. So look, say for instance, if I then got one and I'm trying to still reach my customers that don't have transportation, period, right? So don't none of these companies like offer something to where like they will come pick it up from me and then drop it off like to my customers?
No, but you can create something.
What you mean?
I mean, hire 2 or 3 people and have them drop off your orders. It's a recession. That means it's opportunities. It's a recession. People looking for work.
But look, hell, if I'm gonna be paying